Arctic tern. The Arctic tern is a migratory bird that has the longest known migration of any animal. It breeds in the Arctic regions of North America, Europe, and Asia and spends its non-breeding season in the Antarctic region. The Arctic tern is a medium-sized bird, about 33 to 39 centimeters in length, with a wingspan of about 76 to 85 centimeters. It has a distinctive black cap on its head, a white body, and gray wings and tail. It feeds on small fish, crustaceans, and insects. What makes the Arctic tern remarkable is its migration. Every year, it travels from its breeding grounds in the Arctic to its non-breeding grounds in the Antarctic and back again, covering a round-trip distance of up to 70,000 kilometers. This migration takes the bird through a wide range of habitats and weather conditions, including the harsh conditions of the polar regions. Number 1. Lifespan. The Arctic tern has a lifespan of about 30 years in the wild. Number 2. Breeding. The Arctic tern breeds in colonies in the Arctic, usually on rocky islands or shorelines. The male and female terns work together to build a nest, which is a simple scrape in the ground, lined with bits of grass or other vegetation. Number 3. Eggs. The female tern lays 1 to 3 eggs, which are incubated for about 21 to 25 days. Both parents take turns incubating the eggs and caring for the chicks. Number 4. Chicks. The chicks are born covered in down and are fed by their parents for several weeks. They then leave the nest and join a crash or group of other chicks. The parents continue to feed and care for their chicks until they are ready to fledge. Number 5. Migration. As mentioned earlier, the Arctic tern has the longest known migration of any animal. It travels from its breeding grounds in the Arctic to its non-breeding grounds in the Antarctic and back again each year. This migration takes about 3 to 4 months each way. Number 6. Diet. The Arctic tern feeds mainly on small fish and invertebrates, which it catches by diving into the water. Number 7. Behavior. The Arctic tern is a highly social bird and is often seen in large flocks. It is also known for its aggressive behavior towards predators and other birds that get too close to its nesting colony. Number 8. Adaptations. The Arctic tern has several adaptations that allow it to survive in the harsh conditions of the polar regions, including a thick layer of down for insulation, a streamlined body for efficient flight, and specialized salt glands that allow it to drink salt water. The Arctic tern faces several biological challenges in its life, especially during its migration and breeding cycles. Here are some of the major biological challenges faced by the Arctic tern. Number 1. Long-distance migration. The Arctic tern has to travel up to 70,000 kilometers round trip during its migration, which is the longest migration of any animal. This requires a lot of energy and stamina, and the bird must find enough food along the way to fuel its journey. Number 2. Extreme temperatures. The Arctic tern breeds in the Arctic, where temperatures can be well below freezing. The bird has to adapt to these cold temperatures and keep its body warm by fluffing its feathers and huddling with other birds. Number 3. Finding food. During its migration, the Arctic tern must find enough food to sustain itself for the long journey. This can be a challenge in some areas, especially if the bird encounters overfishing or other environmental factors that affect the availability of its prey. Number 4. Predators. The Arctic tern is preyed upon by a variety of predators, including gulls, skuas, and foxes. During the breeding season, the bird must defend its nest and chicks from these predators. Number 5. Nesting habitat. The Arctic tern breeds on rocky islands and shorelines, which can be difficult and dangerous places to nest. The bird must find a suitable nesting site and defend it against other birds and predators. Number 6. Climate change. Climate change is affecting the Arctic tern in several ways, including changes in sea ice, sea level rise, and changes in the timing of seasonal events such as the arrival of spring. These changes can impact the bird's ability to find food and breed successfully.